Welcome everyone
Welcome.
to All Roads Are River. This is our first ever video. I'm Worth. This is my friend Chandler.
Hey, I'm Chandler.
And we are students at Liberty University. And I am a freshman politics student here. I enjoy studying politics, reading a lot about it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's a lot of fun to study. So.
Hey, I'm Chandler, as I just said a second ago. Like Worth, I'm also a freshman here at Liberty, both in the Eagle Scholars program, both in the honors program here. I'm a secondary education and history major, so I do a lot of history stuff, a lot of teaching stuff, but one of my main interests in life is theology, philosophy. I plan to go to seminary after graduation, and so I like to talk about a lot of what we're going to talk about here.
100%. We're going to be talking a lot about theology. We're going to be talking about philosophy, as well as history and culture. In terms of theology, we're going to be talking about hot-button theological topics. Might talk about infant baptism, about what the Eucharist is, because I'm Anglican and
I'm Baptist,
and Chandler's Baptist, so we might have some differing views on things, but we're gonna talk about them and really try and get in depth, get to the bottom of these issues.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk about a lot of different stuff, probably a lot of really random topics maybe you didn't ever think you would be interested in hearing about, but we're gonna bring that up and we're gonna ask some hard questions. We're also gonna talk about philosophy a lot. That's our second kind of main goal, going from philosophers all the way from antiquity to modernity. And just discussing anything from Aristotle to Albert Camus and things like that with different series and stuff. We like just kind of take an honest examination of what they wrote and what they think and what they believe and how we can apply that to our lives.
Yep, and then with history, that'll probably be the thing that we talk about the least, but obviously there's some really interesting historical topics that we can get into, that we can use to really back our research on the other topics that we're talking about. You know, we might get into some church history, the history of Christianity, or American history, especially maybe using my politics experience and Chandler's obviously history experience and combining them and seeing what we can do with that. So
yeah, we both love history, as you can see on the wall. We're both native Virginians. I love Virginia a lot, so does Worth. And yeah, definitely looking forward to some maybe site tours and stuff like that. Our last thing we're going to talk about a lot is culture. Culture anywhere from literature to books, or well, that's the same thing, I guess. Literature as in books and poems, and as well as things like movies, TV shows, music even. Any kind of aspect of culture, whether that be cultural values or cultural ideas or cultural physical things, like all these books we have on the shelf here. Talking about those and like the same thing as philosophy, theology, history, seeing how that can apply to our lives. Which kind of leads us into our next topic, which is where our name comes from. The name for this little show is called All Roads Are River. And what All Roads Are River means is that there are many roads in life, such as theology, philosophy, history, and culture, just four that we like to isolate, that can all point us to our Creator God, to Jesus Christ. What we're not saying with All Roads River is that there are many roads to Christ as in other religions. We're not saying that. What we're saying is there are many ways to reach Christ by reason, by science, by history, many pathways that can give us enlightenment on that way, and we can come to that one true knowledge which is in the gospel. And so we want to take this channel and kind of examine where we find that in our lives, whether that's in theology, philosophy, history, and culture, and how different aspects of that can show us God's eternal plan for us in Jesus Christ as revealed in His Word.
Yeah, and like in all these things that we're studying, these books, these historical topics, and theology, all of them contain good, true, and beautiful things, but those are not necessarily the ends that we want to reach. The end that we want to reach is that through examining the good, true, and beautiful of these elements that we're studying, we want to point ourselves and to point you guys to the true, the one holy, true, good, and beautiful God that we worship and that we want to be closer to. So.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. So that's our kind of main goal for this channel. Thank you guys for watching this video. Looking forward, our first few videos are going to be, we're going to do an examination of C.S. Lewis's The Great Divorce, kind of talking about what that means, what he wrote theologically, how it matches up biblically with what we believe, as well as doing a series called 100 Days of Dante. Worth and I started on this challenge. We are reading Dante's Divine Comedy. There's 100 cantos, and so we're reading one a day for 100 days, and you're going to see us week by week as we go 7 by 7 and maybe an 8 week because of how the math works out. But those are going to be two upcoming videos, Great Divorce and 100 Days of Dante. So if you'd like to join us for 100 Days of Dante, start reading, and you'll see our videos out pretty shortly. Anything else, Worth?
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we got the books up there that we're reading. We're both big Lord of the Rings fans as well.
You have to mention that.
Yeah, we actually just did a read-through over Christmas break. Hopefully we'll be done with Dante by the end of the semester, and we'll be throwing in some other things. We do want to mention one thing real fast is that we don't really expect people to take us as serious
not at all.
authorities like on literature and culture and
Definitely
philosophy.
not theology.
Yeah, obviously not. We're freshmen. Chandler's a Baptist, so don't take him seriously.
Sorry, guys.
But no. In all honesty, we're just trying to learn, and we want to invite you guys along as we're learning, and hopefully we can learn together, find out new things, discover the beauty of creation and of all these ideas. And it's going to be a great time, and I'm looking forward to it. I know Chandler is too.
Absolutely.
So, didn't come up with this too long ago, but we're ready to jump in, and it's going to be a good time. So thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you at our Great Divorce Review. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. Follow us and subscribe to see how all roads are a river that leads to Christ.
It's true.
Amen.